Okay, so this is the recording for the astrology readings. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it live tonight. I can't seem to get Streamlabs kind of working for me. So we're going to be doing it just on Zoom. So this is recorded and it will go, it'll still be shared everywhere. So I hope everybody's coping okay and not getting into too much, stress, okay, with everything going on. My feeling and what my guides are kind of saying here is that there is the agenda to rid the world of dictators, to rid the world of, people, tyrants, who are abusing their people. It's happened in Venezuela. It's now happening in Iran. There is world peace. We will see it in our lifetime. I've been told this by my guides, and this is actually playing out now as we see it. This is how I see it. Take it or leave it, however you want, but that's how I see it. I'm very excited about that. I don't like any kind of violence. I never, ever like violence, but sometimes there is a need to take away people who do live by violence, and they're doing it for all the wrong reasons. A dictator who and then heads their people, have to be careful on YouTube and everything. Um, you know, that's what they do. They absolutely are the evil people. And so these people are being taken out. I know that there's a lot of people saying, about the Epstein files and everything that is going on, and they're saying that there haven't been any arrests. My guides, there have been arrests made, and this is by military tribunals. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So no, it's not being seen outwardly. There is, it's like a play playing out for the people to help people wake up. Uh, this, you can see how people have reacted to all these files coming out and all the information. It's been very scary for people. Some people who didn't know anything was going on, it's really hard for them to see. But there is still a need for this to happen, okay? So this is just, my guides are saying that this is all playing out the way it is supposed to. So although it can appear to be shocking, there's definitely the generals are working with Trump and the team. Okay, it's not just him. Okay, there is a team in the background. So on that, I just needed to say that because I know people are getting upset. Okay, so this is I can only go with what my heart tells me, and I can only go with what my guides are telling me. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be doing the astrology. I always say we because it's not me just doing it, it's my guides. And everybody, if anybody would like a private reading with me, you can go to psychically.net. The readings are $30, which works out around £25, I think, for 30 minutes. And obviously, that would then be $60 for an hour, which is about 45, I think. So, yeah, you can do a currency converter thing, but when you book, even though obviously I'm in the UK, you can, it is in brackets, the the price it is for UK, okay, and it is in brackets. So it obviously currency changes a little bit up and down, but that will give you the kind of like the balance of it. Okay, so yeah, you can go to psychically.net. Okay, I also doing the quickies, which is 15-minute reading. So if you've just got a quick question, you've got something going on and you've got a question, then you can go there and just order a 15-minute one as well. Okay, and that is $15, okay, which works out about £11. So if you wanted to do that, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so it's really lovely to be doing this. It makes my heart sing. I love doing readings, and I keep being told how much people appreciate these and how much it really helps them get through sometimes difficult times. I'm going to say that my spirit guides, whenever I pick cards, if you are resonating with whatever I'm saying, and say I'm reading for, say, Scorpios, and you're an Aries, spirit would want you to take it on board. There is a they slip in other messages. Okay, that's what they do. They do it deliberately. Okay, so just so you should really be watching your sun, moon, and rising astrologies. So you know, um, I love it. I love it. So anyway, I'll stop waffling and let's get going. I'm at my mum's today, hence the background. So yeah, she's in bed, bless her. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So let me see if I can get this stopwatch back up again. Where did that go? I just had a stopwatch thingy and I put it down and it's now gone. Bear with me a minute. Okay, bear with me. So sorry. No, they're not letting me. No, why is that? I just literally had it there so that I could do the timer. Okay, so yeah, it's gone. It's disappeared. It's disappeared. I wish I was more techie. I really do. I get on my own nerves. I absolutely get on my own nerves. Yeah, I do. Host tools. Would it be in host tools? All I did was reduce it down, the stopwatch thing, and now I can't see it. So is it there? Oh, I found it. I found it. Yay. Okay. So now I can do the timestamps for you. Okay, I can do the timestamps. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit dipsy. Okay, so I see all these lovely readers and they're all very organized and everything else. And it's so what I'm just not like that. I'm so, you get what you get with me, I'm afraid. Okay, so we're starting our readings for Scorpio, and this will be 8 minutes in. Okay, 8 minutes in. So let me do, I like to record, okay, these for my family. Okay, so this is, I'm recording it on my phone. So this is for my daughter Rhiannon. She's a Scorpio, and this is for the 2nd through to the 8th of March 2026. Okay, let's have a look and see what they want to tell you. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, so there is an urgency energy within you to get things done quickly. It's like you're kind of trying to complete tasks. You're trying to kind of, not go to bed thinking, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. There's an organization energy that is running through you. And this is how this week is going to be kind of going. It's going to start off with the kind of like the lists, completing lists and sorting things out and trying to get organized with lists. Then it's going to be moving on that, and you're going to be becoming more organized than you usually are. There does seem to be some very good news around you, and it's a feeling of a weight being lifted off your shoulders. There are some changes that are happening in your life that you have been hoping for, fingers crossed, and here it is happening. And so there's a lot of excitement that will be building up for you, starting from the beginning of the week. I can see financial changes. Okay. I can see that things are getting better. And I feel that there is, you are going to be doing something different, deciding something different. You know, it could be if you're self-employed, you might kind of like raise your prices a little bit or do something differently than, you know, making decisions that will benefit yourself, but is also going to be good for others as well. So I feel as if you're not just doing it for your own benefit, you're going to be doing, you know, so if you're not running your own business, then this would be, you know, changing the time that you do things, or, you know, not complicating things, simplifying your life in some way. Excuse me a minute. Okay. There is a lot of hard work as well. So I do feel as if there is a lot on your plate at the moment, and you're trying very hard, like I said, to get things completed. Once you get into the rhythm of getting things complete and done, you're going to feel so much better. It's going to really take effect by the second week. So by, I would say, the 9th, 10th and 11th of March, you're going to be feeling so much lighter and more. It's like a habit has then come into play that you know, I used to say to, you know, when my daughter, you know, gets in a, like, or she's listening to this now, it's like I never used to go to bed until the washing up was done, no matter how tired I was, no matter how much. And I always had the clothes ready the night before. I always kind of like tried to do everything like that, down to shoes, socks, bag. I just had that all done the night before. Because it made things a lot easier for me, and so it could be as simple as that. Does that make sense? It's like, you know, so you start the day off afresh, and always the kids used to help me tidy the living room. You know, it's like we all made a mess, so we're all going to tidy it, you know, and then we have dinner, and then we have a bath, and then we have a story, and then we go to bed. And that's kind of how it goes. So I'm not saying it is that, I'm just saying that there is going to be an organization energy that's going on that is going to help simplify things. There's a lot of love energy that's going to be coming into your lives around the end of this next week. So that's nearing into the 8th. I can see that there has been difficulties, upsets, maybe disagreements and things like that that have been happening. And this is all repairing, and you're now seeing eye to eye. Which is going to really help you. It's going to help the household. It's going to help friendships, and you know, work colleagues, whoever it is that you have not been seeing eye to eye with. There is more love energy around that. Okay. For those of you who are single, there are cards indicating here that you will meet somebody. I do have the Ace of Cups, and I do have the Three of Cups. So these two cards together usually means an introduction to somebody special. If you're with somebody, then this can be an introduction to somebody who is going to be beneficial to you, or is going to be important to you. So that could be a new friend, somebody who's going to tell you some information that you really need to hear. So it's somebody important that is going to be introduced, and it's going to be at the end of this next week. Okay, so there you go. That's what I see for Scorpios. Okay. don't know what's going on with my throat at the moment, so I am going, before I go on, I'm going to make sure I've got a coffee going. So Mum makes me a flask, bless her. She's so lovely. She looks after me and I'll look after her in other ways. So we get on really well. I come over here because it's just nice. It's like a little mini holiday for me. It just I like spending time with my mum. I like chilling out. We like watching politics and things like that that's going on. We love all of that, and so it's nice to be around that. So yeah, it's like, so I pack my little cat up, pack my little Tink up in a little basket thing. She knows what's happening, and she's got her second home here. And so she gets out as soon as I put the window down a little bit as I'm driving up the road so she can smell the where she's going to be, and she gets all excited, gets out of her crate and gets, because I open the crate up when she's in the car so she can wander around the car if she wants to. And she gets all excited, and then I open the window when I pull up, or I open the door, and she comes bursting in the cat flap to see my mum. Oh, it's really sweet. So, have you ever heard of a cat having two homes? But Tinky did, and it was when I had my bear as well, my male cat, her son. But we lost him, bless him. Still miss him dreadfully. Anyway, let me sort out my throat because it's all of a sudden. I don't know why. I don't know why it does it. I kind of do. It's usually spirit energy around. So let me see what we've got now. So for Pisces, it's going to be 17 minutes in for Pisces. Okay. Right. Okay. Pisces, this is for the 2nd of March through to the 8th of March 2026. And this is for myself, I'm a Pisces, and for my mum. It's our birthday this month. So mum's is the 9th, mine is the 18th. So yeah, let me know in the chat when your birthday is. Let me know if you want me to look into your sun, moon, and rising signs, and I can blend those together and see what sort of personality you are. Because you have to, this is why when you read astrology, it's like you can see yourself as as a few of them. And that's because you've got those three, you are made up of those three signs: your sun, your moon, and your rising. I am Pisces, and then also I've got Scorpio moon and I've got Libra rising. Greg is a triple Libra. Can't remember what my mum is, but you can find out through chat GBT. You just put in if I was born, say in, like for me, I was born in Canterbury, the UK, Canterbury, Kent, on the 18th of March 1971 at around 9 p.m. What is my sun, moon, and rising? And it will just tell you. So yeah, it's worth having a go. Yeah, so let's have a look. Okay, so 17 minutes in. What's going on with Pisces this week? Building up for my mum's birthday. Okay. All right, so there's somebody around you who's got a little bit of a sting in their tail. I feel that when they feel cornered, or they feel as if you're confronting them in some way, they tend to kind of hit out, or, think that you're trying to control them or take over their lives. So there's a little bit of kind of understanding the way to word things so that a particular person around you doesn't feel that way when you're trying to ask them things. It's difficult sometimes to, you know, to get your point across when somebody's feeling fragile or feeling as though people are getting at them, or, you know, or judging in some way. So, you know, there is ways around it. Try and find a way that you can communicate in a better way, okay? Especially the beginning of the week, okay? It doesn't have to get scratchy. It doesn't have to get like that, okay? You can make it better, all right? You can do that. So I can see that there is a perfection kind of element, needing to everything to be perfect, needing to work out what you can do so that things are, you know, easier for you. And I can see again, this is like a reorganizing thing. There's always an underlying kind of global message that comes through in readings. So we've got this again. So I'm wondering whether or not this is what this is. It's decluttering and simplifying your life. I feel that's the message. Yes, that's the message. I feel as if you're standing up for what you believe in, standing your ground and not backing down. And sometimes it isn't comfortable, and it's sometimes not comfortable for yourself, and it's not comfortable for whoever feels the opposite, okay, to you, or they have got a different stance on things to you. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, my Four of Swords is, I don't want to fight about it, but I do believe in what I'm doing. And so here it's like you know, I'd rather just sit here and have fun, but we will fight if we have to, for our beliefs, or we will, you know, stand up for that. And we've got then the perfection card. You know, my Princess of Swords is my doing everything the best way possible. Okay, so we always feel we're right, don't we? I mean, in all situations, it's like, you know, otherwise we wouldn't make a fuss. We'd just go, oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, don't worry about my feelings. It's okay. But there's times in our lives that we have to kind of stand up and say, hey, this is how I feel. I've got a strong feeling about this, and I need to let that out. But we also need to hear someone else's point of view as well. And that's always hard to do. It really is. And so, as I'm a Pisces, I'm taking this on board for sure. Okay, I can see some changes to do with home, maybe looking around to move, or maybe talking about moving, restructuring things and changing. I can see building up also of a business and finding new ways to expand, finding new ways to do new things. With money, okay, you know, so I feel as if it's about kind of nesting and growing. It's a growth energy. It's going to be really strong, okay, at this time, well, this week, middle of next week for sure. Okay, they're also telling me about somebody who can have sharp words or can be blunt with what they're saying. So be careful with your words. Be careful that you're not saying things that can affect other people. It if you know, if you're saying things for that come from your heart, that's one thing. But if you're saying things and you know, being judgmental or being particularly cutting or whatever, then that might come back and bite you on the arse. God knows that's what happens to me. And nobody's out of that remit. I do this, I do it as well. And so it's difficult. We have to think about the consequences of it. But you know, there is a lesson to be learned definitely this next week. Okay, everybody, there's a lesson to be learned. There is an energy of being bored with a situation, or being bored with, oh, do I have to say this again? I don't want to keep saying this. why do I have to keep doing that? So there's kind of that energy of repetitive, kind of like, why do you not see my point of view? Or do I have to say this again? So there's kind of like it's like a tutting. Greg would put it, I don't know how he does it, but so he probably does this to me all the time. But anyway, so there is this kind of feeling. There's also going to be a sudden change that's going to be happening. A sudden change, let's have a look. Linking with home and linking with future. So yeah, so some changes are on their way. Okay, so in a nice way, not in a bad way. Okay, so there you go. That's what I see for Pisces. Okay, bear with me a minute. Yeah, let's pause that. Okay, so we're now going to be doing Cancerians now. Okay, so Cancerians, this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March 2026. This is for my eldest daughter, Megan. So it was lovely spending time with Meggie and Ria and the kids. It was just wonderful, my mama. I feel very, very blessed. Very, very blessed. It's just Greg missing. I would love Greg to be here with us all. But yeah, it breaks my heart. Anyway, let's have a look and see what is going on for Cancerians. Okay, so there's a feeling of depression or low vibrational energy being lifted. There's a feeling of being on it's like feeling good every day, feeling as if a weight's been lifted off your shoulders, that you are able to see clearly, see where you're going, do things that make you feel good and make others around you feel good. I'm seeing talk about travel. It's funny because she'll say, "Yeah, well, you know that, Mum." But anyway, that's my travel card. The Eight of Wands is my travel card. So there is talk about travel. There's talk about kind of getting organized for travel. There is something to do with cars and vehicles and needing to get organized with maybe a new car, getting organized with any trips that you have to go on. If you're going on any long journeys, then checking the oil, checking the tires, and all of that. So there's lots of kind of that needing to be done, and that's going to be a good thing for you. There is somebody who you've kind of stopped talking to. It's like I'm backing away. It could be that you're thinking about people that you have already stopped talking to, and you're wondering maybe how they are and what they're doing. And sometimes we have to think, what happened to them? Why did we drift apart? And we have to think, what did I do? Did I do anything to stop this from coming back into my life? If so, what have I learned? Okay, as long as we learn from either an argument or we learn from, misunderstandings and things like that, as long as we do, then it's important, isn't it? It's worthwhile. Not that anybody wants to fall out with anybody. But there is kind of like miscommunication energy and, wondering kind of how that's all going. Okay. I'm seeing you setting yourself a challenge. This challenge, you might not tell anybody else about your challenge. It could be just something that you want to do for yourself. I can see that it's like I've got to set myself a goal, a target. I've got to get myself ready for, got to organize myself. So there's definitely something going on that will bring you, It's like when you succeed, I'm going to say when you succeed, that you're then feeling good about yourself. You're feeling as if you did it and well done. Okay, so goals are being set at the middle of the week. If you're self-employed, I can see that goal being some sort of expansion to do with your business, expansion to do with work, expansion to do with money. Okay, but something like that is going on. Okay. There is some discussions about a fatherly character or a father figure. I can see thinking about a father figure, fatherly character, and looking at them and thinking, that person taught me this. And like I said, they don't have to be the nicest person in the world for them to teach you something. They might well be lovely. What I'm saying is it doesn't, sometimes the learning is part of the bigger picture, okay, that you get later. Okay, so it's like, it's like, well, that person taught me this. Some of the greatest ourselves in our lives are the biggest teachers, okay? We learn an awful lot from them. So they're talking about getting the balance right, okay, in your life. There are some appointments I feel coming up, either doctor, solicitor, bank manager, estate agent, interview for a job or something like that. There's appointments, and I'm seeing these appointments going very well because we've got the Sun card. Okay, this is my appointment card in the cosmic deck. Okay, and those together it's going very well. Okay, so this meeting, you're going to get some good news, and you're going to be feeling on top of it, okay, and ready to go forward. So good plans are raring to go. Okay, there is public acclaim and triumph as well. So this means lots of people are going to be singing your praises. Lots of people are going to be talking to you about, how things are, and how you're going with everything. So this is going to be a feeling of you're doing things right and you're ticking all the boxes, and that's going to feel really good. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on, but you're juggling it all and you're coping really well. So that's what I've got for Cancerians. Okay, so um, what would that be? That'd be 24, wouldn't it? No, 26. Sorry, I'm trying to work out the timer because I forgot to put the timer in. So I think that was 26 minutes past on this timer. Okay. All right. So I'd like to do the timer thing for you. Cheers. I'll have a quick coffee and then we do Taurus. So this is going to be Taurus now. Taurians. And this is 33 minutes in, is Taurus. So building up the energy now. What do you want to tell Taurians? Okay, so for Taurians, I feel that you're not listening to advice. You've switched yourself off. You feel as if you've heard it all before. You feel that something is like something is not relevant to you. And my guides are saying, actually, there is something that you're not listening to, but you need to. And so sometimes we have to kind of bite the bullet and go for it, and say, okay, I'm not going to be so pig-headed, and I'm not going to, pretend I know it all, because sometimes people around me do know more than me. And so I feel as if it's like one of those times where I'm just going to have to grow up and I'm going to have to be patient with people. We dismiss elders these days, and sometimes our, people that are older than us do know more. Okay. I get it from my grandchildren, I do. And it's like they go, oh, this, and it's like, I can't remember what happened. Oh, my grandson Logan, he said, because he's going to a new job, and basically they said the old job said, "Would you like your P45?" And he said, "No, I don't need that. The new job." I said, "Your new job will need your P45, love." Oh no, they don't. They don't. I said, I'm 55 or 50. I can't remember how old I am. 54, 55 years old. Do you not think I do know something? It's like they always think that they know more. They just know more. And it's like, sometimes we don't know everything, but sometimes it's a good idea to listen. Okay. So respecting the elders' energy is the name of the game, the beginning of next week. They're talking about things being on hold or delays that are going to be happening. This is going to feel like I didn't want to hear that, or I'm not happy with that. Is there any way I can get past this or change this? It is going to cause disruption. There's no amount of, getting around this. Although, if you can double check things, maybe kind of like as soon as you get this message, double check plans and see if there is anything that you've forgotten, like paperwork or anything like that you've forgotten, because that might help things. But I still feel as if there will be some delays. And this is with official matters, okay? Official matters. Then I see everything going very smoothly. In fact, going better than expected. Okay. It's the lovely cards. I've got the Three of Wands, which is a personal feeling of I did it. I'm so impressed with myself. I did it. And the Eight of Pentacles is I've researched, I've looked into. This can be education, learning, study, development, personal development. Whatever you're concentrating on is growing and you're doing really well. And this will be beneficial also financially. So it can be financially beneficial now, or it can be financially beneficial later on. So it's like learning a skill that you might not know you need later, but you'll be very pleased that you did, that lesson for sure. Okay, so if you're drawn to learn something, even if it's just like I've always liked, knowing about that and then going for it. I did a wonderful reading for a lady, and she said that she didn't know her life path, and could I help with that? And I said, what are your likes? And so she said, I love history, I love traveling, and I'm quite a showy person. And I said, well, what about going places with a GoPro camera, or, with video, a selfie stick, whatever, and talk to people about, the area, historical places, the history of that particular area, but also adding in their personal things like, reviews on hotels, cafes, things like that. And some of the experiences maybe that you had if you visited this place as a child. It's like, so all of these things started flowing. And in the end, it was like this woman had a purpose. She started up, she's messaged me saying, I've bought myself a this and I'm going for this. And it's a wonderful, wonderful energy when somebody finally goes, I know what my life path is. We're all searching for it. Okay. So There's a bit of mischievous behavior coming up at the end of next week. So a bit of mischievous energy, and you're going to be like, what did I do? Oh my goodness. Or, that was a bit close. So something that's going to be happening that you're going to be kind of going, oh, wow, oh my God, that sort of feeling. Also feeling as if there's a lot of laughter and a lot of banter, back and forth banter. Maybe you're, spicing things up with you and your partner. Maybe you've met somebody new and there's a bit of back and forth kind of messaging going on, but something is happening. And I feel as if it's revving things up in your life, okay? It could be that you've met a good friend and that friend is on the same wavelength as you, and there's a lot of laughter and fun with that, okay? So, yeah. So anyway, that's what I've got for Taurians, okay? Lovely Taurians. Okay, so we're going with Virgos now. So we're going to do 40... 30 for Taurus, sorry, Virgos. Okay, so 40 minutes and 30 seconds in is for Virgos. Okay. We've got Binksy Boo here. So she is Mum's cat. And she was feral. She now does light strokes now and again. She does. Yeah. All right, so let me concentrate now for Virgos. So 2nd through to the 8th of March, 2026. Okay, so on that mischievous energy, that's going to flow into Virgo's, okay, life, okay, a bit of mischievousness. So you're in that kind of mood for laughter and for fun and cheeky energy. Okay, that's one thing. But there is somebody that I feel that is, okay, for some of you, it's somebody new coming in. And for others, it is somebody that you already know. And I feel as if this person is not to be trusted, I'm afraid. I feel that this person can appear to be hardworking, reliable, you know where you are with them, but they've got another side to them. And I feel as if you're going to have a little sneak preview into their true nature. Okay, so be aware of it, be open. Okay, I myself know exactly how this can be. You can have somebody in your life who absolutely appears to yourself and to everybody else as the nicest person in the world. But they do, there's a lot of people out there that do have another agenda underneath the surface, and it never shows itself, or very rarely would it show itself. For myself and my family, it was never seen. Okay, and then all of a sudden this comes out. So I'm just saying that just try not to trust people that are new, okay, around family. Especially this is going to be this next week, because I feel that there is spirit are going to make sure that there are some flags, okay, that are going to come up. I'm never usually this serious about reading, so I like to keep things upbeat, or I'll give you the information and it's only after that you realize what I was saying. Okay, because sometimes it's like, what's the point of panicking about things that you can't change, or spirit don't want you to know too much, okay, at the time. But for this one, they're giving me a heads up warning for you. Okay, if you're watching this and you've got kind of a question mark over a certain person around you, then please be more vigilant, okay, with this person. This person is trying to be everybody's friend, is trying to be more helpful than they need to be, in especially around, vulnerability and things like that. So, they're trying to be helpful, but yeah. So just be aware. Okay. You're basically in the energy of taking control of your life. You're taking control of your destiny. And so you're pointing yourself into the right direction and you're saying, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. It's going to work out very well for you, being more direct and being more sure of yourself. Bear with me. Now, with you being very direct, there seems to be somebody close to you who is feeling, it's like I can see a younger person or an immature person who needs a kick up the backside. And I'm seeing that this person has been feeling blocked, didn't know the way forward, and is looking for somebody to confirm, one, that they are believed in. So everybody needs to know, I believe in you. You can do this. It's going to be fine. Everybody needs to hear that. Even if you think they're going to fail it, they're not going to do it, they're going to give up. Yes, that might be the underlying case that you feel, but how does that help them in believing in themselves in the future? They do need you. They need you to step forward and to at least tell them that they're being believed. Okay. There is yeah, so I can see also that you are smiling on the outside when sometimes you're feeling completely drained inside. And so I feel as if you're having to kind of, strengthen your energy, work around. I feel tired feelings, okay? They're showing me exhaustion, but they're also showing me depletion of money. Now, I know this can happen to everybody. I know this, but there is something that's going to cost a bit more money than you expected. And so if I tell you this now, and this is going to be for the end of next week, and you've got the chance to spend less, okay, on other areas of your life because it's going to cost more, it might not then affect you. You might be able to store up that bit of money and it balance itself out, but only if you're able to do that, okay? But you'll be pleased that you've spent the money in the end, but it might appear to be ouch for a little bit. Okay, so there you go. That's what I've got for Virgos. Okay, so that's 47 minutes in and 30 seconds. Okay, for Capricorns. Okay, so Capricorn energy, here we go. What's going on with Capricorns? Capricorns, I can see there being a few kind of crosswords, okay, and this is linking around one person who wants everything done their way, and another person who says, no, that way is not good. You've got to do it this way. And I feel as if it's a clash of personalities there. It will sort itself out. It absolutely will. But for a moment, it's going to be, you might be the witness of this. You might like look at it and think, oh God, this is going to end in tears, isn't it? This is not great. I can see somebody who can be quite cutting and can sometimes say things that it falls out of their mouth that's quite nasty, but they don't really mean it, and then they have to back paddle and apologise and everything. And so this person is a shame, but this person is going to be a little bit too blunt, okay, and upset the apple cart. Okay, there. There is talk about what people are going to be doing in the summer, and this can be to do with travel plans, organising like trips and getting away. I can see lots of things to be looked forward to as well, which is a nice thing. So around the middle of this next week, you've got the World card, guys. You've got the World card, which is a brilliant card. And it's linked with your wishes. Okay, so you've got the star to do with your wishes and your dreams. So, you know, when you feel everything is slotting and clicking into place regarding a particular area of your life that you've been wishing and praying would get better. You're starting to see results. You're starting to see, yes, this is really happening. Thank you, universe, for finding me extra clients. You know, thank you, universe, for bringing me people that appreciate me. You know, whatever it is that you've wanted and needed, the universe is actually coming through for you. Now, there is an emotional situation where you feel as if you're overwhelmed by everybody needing you, everybody trying to take something from you. Okay, so it's a bit of it's like it's good in one way, okay, in your life, but it's also quite traumatic and overwhelming in the other part of your life. But that's kind of how life goes, isn't it? Massive changes. Okay, by the end of next week, Capricorn, something will be finished and something will start up. And I can see there being a very excited feeling at the prospects of what's going to happen next. I'm seeing, you know, building up of a list, priorities, the pros and the cons, and what needs to go on. Also, a list of you know, what you need to say. So if they say that, I'm going to say this, or if this happens, I'm going to do that. So there's lots of back and forth kind of conversations, but it is about the future, and it's about going further, taking a project that's already successful and taking it to that next level. But first of all, having to stop something else, or something is stopping in your life, and you're then having to deal with that whilst you then step forward onto something new. I can also see training courses. I can see learning new skills and stepping somewhere that you've never been before. And that just feels like either, you know, it's something to do with new experiences, and there's a lot of excitement around that. Okay, so there you go. That's what I get for Capricorns. Capricorns. Okay, so I'm going to be doing Leos now. So that is 50 to 50. Okay. 52, 52. We'll put 52, 52. Okay. So Leos, our lovely Leos. Okay. What's going to happen this week? So this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March, 2026. Leos. Okay, so they're talking about some sort of change within your mindset. So something that you felt very strongly about, you know, this is my beliefs and that's it. I'm not going to back down because that's how it is. And then there's something that happens that you then get a different reaction to it, that somebody tells you a certain thing and you say, no, that's not how it is. And then you look into it and find out more. So there's going to have to be, admitting that you may not have had the full information, and you may have to explain really why you're having to back down, okay, on a certain subject. Now this is really good. We've got two aces, and so on a different subject altogether now. You've got the Ace of Swords, which is a new way of thinking. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is new money, new financial structure. You've also got the feeling of worry or isolation. So sometimes when we're going through a transition with a job, with our mind, with our thought patterns, it can leave us feeling a little bit vulnerable. It can leave us feeling a little bit kind of out of sync with things. It's like when you know what you know, and then something comes up and changes that, it's like, wow, okay. So, take your time. You don't, it could be that you don't want to be around too many people until you've got everything. It's like, it's like your mind is a filing system until you've got all of the facts filed away so that you know what you're doing and feeling. Okay, that's so important. Okay, so somebody around you is going to be needing some extra care, and that can be mentally, physically, emotionally. It can also mean that this person who needs care could be you. Now, I don't predict serious illnesses or anything like that. So this could be just something that, this could be just something like a cold or cough, which I think I'm getting, a cold or cough or something that just needs rest, okay? Or, that person's kind of having a bit of a meltdown. The amount of people who are going through a lot because of the Epstein files, because of what's happening. Lots of people are needing reassurance that there's going to be a better future. Myself, Greg, we've remote viewed the future, and it is going to be so wonderful. We've remote viewed it. There's going to be no worry about money. There's going to be loads of kind of healing energies, cures, patterns that have been held back from us. The the cars that drive on water. There's going to be so many things that are coming out that's going to be absolutely wonderful. We're seeing it in our future, and so keep holding in there, holding the tough energy. You can get through this, okay? You really, really can. Okay, so they're talking about putting some boundaries up around certain people. Now, it could be the reason why I've said about the Epstein files. There are so many kind of graphic things that are in these files, and believe me, they are true. They're absolutely true. I've been studying all of this for years. We're talking 15, 20 years. I particularly have been studying what is actually coming out in those files. And I've been laughed at, ridiculed. I have been ripped to shreds by people. And that's okay. It's absolutely okay. Because, but now everything is now coming out. And I'm going to say that it is traumatic. And I've had 20 years to deal with all of that. Some people it's like they're being thrown in to this world of Satanism and all of that. There's all this world and the harm that some younger people are going through, and older people, and it's affecting people in a big way. What they want to say is take yourself away from it. as often as possible. And if it does get too much, just step away. Just step away. You don't have to see it all. You don't have to feel it all. Okay, you really don't. But what you do need to do is don't dismiss it's happening, because we do need to have the change. And so, yeah, so this is what they're saying. There are some plans, okay? There are some plans, and I can see some organization it feels as if a get together. And for some of you, that will be a family get together, and others of you, it will be friendship. This is in the name of making yourself feel a bit better. Sometimes it's about grounding yourself and really trying to find that laughter and joy in your life, because it's a lot, okay? It's a lot going on. You've got the Ten of Cups, so you will fulfill that feeling of, completeness and happiness, and you are going to the heart of the matter and dealing with how you feel about everything. It might not be anything to do with the Epstein files. I'm just going to say anything that's getting you down. They're asking you to take a step back and to do things that bring you joy and happiness, and bring everybody else along on your journey, by saying, listen, we're going out for a meal, and say to everybody, all your friends. It's what I did recently. I called up, well, I messaged all of my friends from all different walks of life, and I said, we're going out for a meal. Be lovely to see you. These are a few of the dates. Can you? And then the majority of the people chose the right date, and I just said, we're going to go there. Let me know who wants to come. And why don't you do that with your friends? Why don't you do that with family? So you haven't got a host, and everybody can get together. It's wonderful. So yeah, there's something about the social, getting together socially. If you like cooking, you could you could cook a meal. If you don't, get a takeaway or something. It just feels as if there is a need to socialize more, get back to what this world should be. Okay, and the joy. All right, so there you go. That's what I get for Leos. Okay. So 01, 01, 3, 5. Okay. Sagittarius now, and this is 1 hour and 1 minute in. Okay, 1 hour, 1 minute in. All right, so this is Sagittarius. I record this one because this is Sagittarius is my moon sign. Okay, so Sagittarius. So this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March, 2026. So a lot of people around are going to be talking about starting a little business, starting to earn a bit of money, doing something that you enjoy doing. There is also a meeting or a discussion that will bring about this coming to reality, coming into reality. There is a character who knows about business and will be helping you, will be kind of believing in you, and getting things rolling on. Okay, so I see, if this isn't yourself, you could be watching a friend or family member and you are maybe helping them in some way. I can see that you're looking at things in black and white. So I can see you reading up on money and how much it's going to cost and everything. And remember, there are some schemes, especially here in the UK. There are some schemes that will help you to get started with your business, and to keep things going. The good thing about the UK, I think it's still the case, is if you wanted to start a business and you're on obviously it's going to be a low income to start. There is a way of receiving a few benefits before it builds up. Okay, I think you get a year to grow that business. So, it's definitely worth reaching out to Universal Credit or to finding out some information about it. But there's definitely somebody who needs to hear this. Okay. For other people, it can be that it's like believing in yourself regarding, changing your job, trying for a different career, um, re it's restructuring yourself, maybe calling it rebranding. It's like I'm rebranding my personality. I used to be in the care industry and now I want to be crafting and I want to make things and sell them. So it can be a transition kind of time that I'm seeing, okay? But it's exciting and it's like more linked with your personality, that's for sure. Okay, so they're saying about being fired up, and this is about moving. So somebody who's watching this is deciding that they are going to move, that they have got this idea about moving. They've got this idea that this is the right thing for them to do. And so I feel as if it's like I need to break free from wherever I am and get something different. Okay, there does seem to be, something brewing there. All right. For others of you who are not thinking of moving, this would be progression, and this progression is to do with business, or it's to do with reorganizing, decorating, or changing things in your home to make things better, to grow your home, or to make it more homely. Okay, but it's the organization of your home and being happy with it. I can see a sudden change that's going to be happening, and it's linked around your home. It's linked around your home life. I'm seeing that somebody who was before being a bit of a hermit and not really, I've got cat's hair in my lipstick, and not really going out much, to maybe going out more. Somebody who was going out more is going to stay at home more. But there's something to do with a big change and a swap around, to do with your home, to do with the way that you handle your home or what you're feeling. But it is a lifting of depression for sure, a lifting of going within too much and thinking too much. Okay, it's like I now can enjoy myself. Okay. There is a lot of spiritual energy that is blending in with your personality as well, Sagittarians. So you're going to start to see things spiritually. You're going to start to see, maybe, doesn't mean to say you're going to start seeing spirit all around you and it freak you out. It would be things like you're starting to see angel numbers, you're starting to see messages, things like that. Okay, so watch out for that, because spirit want to communicate with you and let you know it's all going to be fine. So if you say, like, for myself, I want to move, and so it could be looking around and something draws me to, yes, it's a good idea to move, or no, it's not a good idea to move. So something like that will come up. Okay, the universe will show you it. So anyway, that's what I get for Sagittarius. So I'm just going to pause a moment and make a little drink. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, so we're now going to be doing Aries. Okay, let's have a look at Aries. So this will be 1 hour, 8 minutes, or 1 hour, 9 minutes, we'll say. Yeah, 1 hour, 9 minutes. Okay, so Aries, let's see. Let's see what they want to tell Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. Oh, that card flew out. That's my Sagittarius card, actually. But this is about being in control. It's like knowing where you're going and making sure that you get there, knowing where you're going and being very definite, and not backing down and not going on a bit of a wobble. Okay, it's like saying no. I feel that this is the right way. So this is about making your mind up, Aries, for sure. You've been in a quandary about whether you're going to do this or do that, or don't do this, go here, finish this, or so there's lots of this energy, back and forth energy that has been bouncing around in your head. And this is about you kind of like saying, stop. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. Okay, so this week is going to be very much part of that. So this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March, 2026, Aries. Okay. Right. Okay, so they are talking about oh, two cards stuck together. That's odd. Okay, anyway, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is my it's the card that says there is a meeting, important meeting that is coming up for you, Aries. In this meeting, you're going to be asked to take control. You're going to be asked um to um not back down, to be in control, to be blinkered with your vision. Okay, so if you're having, say, a work meeting, and you've got to convince everybody that you know what you're doing, convince everybody that your idea is the best idea ever. It's kind of like that. That's what it feels like. So obviously it doesn't have to be exactly. It's kind of like I see a scenario and it's going to be like that. Okay. That's what is going to be going on at the beginning of next week, actually. Okay, so there is a chance of earning big money. There's a chance of financial gain. And we've got the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is all about it's like a fire kind of that's starting up in your gut, and you're going to go for it. You know that there's money in it. It's like you've got a very good business idea, or you've got very good instincts about something. It could be that you've got a job offer and you know that you're going to get far in this job, and there's a lot to look forward to. But you know you've got to work hard. You know that you can't just, accept a job or accept a project and then sit back and do nothing, because everybody else around you will be demanding answers, or will be demanding that you step up. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of that energy there. I can see a hardworking character around you who is going to play a big role in your future, a big role in opportunities that are around you. So obviously there's some people out there say, well, I don't work. This would be about your energy, and it would be about some project that you're doing. It's about something that maybe other people are going to potentially help you with. And maybe you have to be organized and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. Okay, it can be that you are you've decided what you want, and you're having to relay that to other people to get where you want to be, okay, with your project. So I'm seeing something to do with a car, and I see that somebody is worried about their car and feels that it's not gonna carry on lasting out, and there's a need to get a new car. So someone's discussing that. Okay. They are talking about getting a car, maybe linking to business. So getting a car, a business car rather than a car. And there's a lot of good energy around that. Okay. Um, there's a self-employed energy and a boss energy, working from home. So somebody is definitely thinking of working from home. Somebody is realizing that they can actually get by a lot easier by cutting out maybe a work premises, and doing things, at home. I saw the other day, it's quite funny. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but there was like this, it's like a little phone box, if you like, but it's a dome and it's see-through, and it's kind of like it sits in your living room and it's soundproofed. And it's like, so you can have all chaos going on outside, but it's kind of quiet, and it has your telephone, your computer, little table in there and chair. And it's just and it's like see-through, kind of like domed glass thing, and it just sits in the room. So, I think because people are now working from home more and more, they're having to find solutions out there, to family life and chaos. So it's quite funny. Anyway, that's what I get for um, Aries. That's what I get for Aries. Okay. So we're finishing off with the air signs. So this would be Aquarius now. Aquarius, so it's 1 hour, 15 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay. 1 hour, 15 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March, okay, 2026. This is for my son-in-law, Craig, and all you Aquarians out there, you quirky Aquarians. So I'm going to build up the energy in the cards and let's see what they want to tell you. All right, so there's a very strong energy, okay, that is turning up around moving. Okay, so I see there's going to be some research, maybe a property kind of comes up, an opportunity in a property comes up that you then think, oh, we could just look into that, or we could just go and view it, or, let's have a look and see. Okay, it is linking with that saving or being able to afford more for your money. And so there is something that is turning up, and I see that, it's to do with the quality of life. It's to do with having um, having a good vibe, okay, about your home. And that this does feel as if it's a brilliant opportunity that is going to be coming up for you. Um, there is something to do with home education or to do with study. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And this is about taking on board a task to do with education, teaching others, communicating, learning things, or getting people motivated into, learning something. So it's about it's my education card. There is also, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which means there is money coming in regarding education. So this could be a new project that is going to be based around education, being able to teach something and earn money from it. I've got the Virgo energy around, and the Virgo energy is all about planning ahead. It's about looking ahead of yourself. So say you're kind of thinking about an idea that is going to be for when it's better weather. Um, like this is what comes up to me sometimes when it's difficult to shut off what I know about Craig and my daughter Ria and things. So, doing physical education around children, homeschooled children, maybe, teaching them something, regarding that. So, I don't know why that came up, but there you go, Craig, that's what I got for you. It might be connected to somebody out there as well. But it can also be that this is to do with your own education and wanting to learn more. It's like studying something so that you can earn money in the future, learning something so that you can then give it, help other people with their study or education. So it's becoming a teacher, learning to become a teacher. That's it. Learning to become a teacher, I think, is what I'm trying to say. But it does feel as if there is plans for that to happen in the future. Building up maybe an area of your home that is for teaching, that is for education purposes. Okay, what else have we got? They're talking about standing your ground or standing up for yourself regarding a father figure or a fatherly character. This is around the middle of next week. So that's between the 2nd and the 8th of March. They're talking about this father figure, and this can be about you if you're a father, or it can be about your father, or it can be about somebody in authority, somebody who is, maybe keeping an eye on you, and you're having to stand up for yourself. But you are ready to fight for what you believe in, but you may not want to. Okay, it may be as a last result, I will fight, but I'd rather not. You are seeing certain things that are going on in your life as a bit of a challenge. And it's like, well, don't challenge me because I will accept the challenge and I will tell you what I think. There's some very good ideas for business and very good ideas for, living a better life in the summer. Okay, so something is definitely turning and moving forward for sure. They're talking about somebody around you who you've kind of stopped talking to or you've got distant with, and it's okay. The energy is it's okay. Some people are around you a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and that's just the way it is sometimes. So there you go. That's what I get for Aquarius. Okay. All right, so Geminians. So it's 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds. Okay, and this is for Geminis. Cheers, everybody. Okay, Geminis. Okay. 2nd through to the 8th of March. Building up the energy for Geminis. Wow, we're starting out with the Sun. One of the best cards in the deck. The sun and the moon. The sun is where things are glowing, things are happy, things are bouncy. There's a lot of good things to look forward to, a lot of excitement. You're feeling very, very chuffed with yourself because you've just got singled out for good reasons. So this is about take a bow, public acclaim, triumph, achievements, well done. Um, people clapping their hands and, really believing in you. Right next to the sun card, you've can't make this up, is also next to the Three of Cups. Somebody is going to be showing off a new partner. So yeah, these cards, I mean, look at these cards, you know, sunshine, happiness, public acclaim and triumph, you know, everyone's singing your praises, and linking with Three of Cups. So for somebody out there, it's like you're introducing a new partner and saying, hey, I want you to meet my new partner. I was that anti going out with anybody that during the lockdown, when I said to everybody, oh, I've met the man of my dreams, and I'm now changing my Facebook status to in a relationship, my friends burst out laughing. They put laughter faces all over it. They thought I was taking the piss. They really did, because I was that anti, and it was like it was a total turnaround. So that comes to mind. Okay, so maybe there's someone else going through something like that, where all of a sudden it's like, there you go, here's my new partner, and people saying, yeah, that's not happening. It's like, yeah, it is happening. Now, what other scenarios could this mean? This could also mean a celebration, a party, having a good time at a party, and maybe meeting somebody who's very special, meeting somebody who you're attracted to, and maybe that's where you then start to have a relationship from that party. You are standing your ground and putting some boundaries up around certain people that maybe they they're either not happy for you, or they are critical, people who are judging and shouldn't be judging. There is a need to be independent and just get on with things yourself. You know, sometimes we don't have to have anyone else's approval, as long as we're feeling happy, as long as we're in a good place, and you know, it's up to everybody else to do what they want to do. All the time you're doing what you want to do. So I feel as if there's a pulling away from maybe some judgmental people in your life, and also making new plans with other people. So sometimes we have to sometimes shift friendships, you know, and be honest with that. It's like we don't always have to stay with or around the people that we've always been around, because sometimes those people, they've changed, or you've changed, or both of you have changed, and that's just the way it goes. They're talking about holding back your frustrations around somebody who is treating you badly. So this is somebody who is, you know, it's like pressuring you, making you feel bad, making you kind of act, you know, bringing out your bad side. I remember there was somebody in my past, and I never used to like the way I was when I was around them. They triggered me into being defensive, into being the sort of person that I don't like being around. But it never happened when I was with anybody else. It was only when I was in that person's company. And so, you know, sometimes, I don't know if that's happened to any of you guys, but that's really you wonder what's happening. But what they are saying is that there's going to be a bit of a test that's going to be happening around the end of next week. So that's around the 8th, 7th, 8th, maybe the 6th of March, and a test of your strength of character. You know, will you back down and just do what this person expects you to do? Or are you going to say, no, I'm not doing that. You're not going to manipulate me. So a bit of a test coming up there for you. I know that you're going to be absolutely fine. So there you go. That's what I get for Geminis. I can feel myself getting a cold again. Here we go. Echinacea tonight. That's going to help me for sure. Okay, so this is Libras, and it's 1 hour 29 minutes. Okay, 1 hour 29 minutes for Libra. This is for my forever love, my triple Libra. This is for Greg and for all you Libras, also mine as well, because I've got Libra rising. So let's see what they want to tell Libras. Okay, this is the last one of the astrology readings. So let's see. So this is the 2nd through to the 8th of March, 2026. Right, here we go. So you are racing ahead, okay, with things. Everything's going very, very well. It's like go, go, go. We've got the Sun card here. And the Sun card indicates brightness, being the light, being happy. It's all those good feelings, okay? Now, it's lovely. You've got the Eight of Wands is like nothing stopping you. Everything's going in the right direction. You know, there's lots of things to look forward to. You've got the sun, so looking forward to the sunshine, looking forward to bright things. And then you've got the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups can mean meeting somebody new. Better not be Mr. Prescott, or it is for anybody, the Libras, it can be meeting somebody of great significance. And this person bringing you joy, bringing you happiness, bringing you excitement, bringing you a feeling of clarity. Okay. And so there's something to do with a boost of confidence here. And there's a good feeling there. That's the beginning of this next week. Now, by the middle of next week, I can see there being some forms or documents, something that you're having to fill out. They're also talking about, you know, it's like secrets or secretive behavior, lifting of secret behavior, finding the legal matters, or finding the balance of things. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is researching and looking in. I mean, Greg's a video creator, so of course this is definitely right up his street here. So you know, you've got the secrets or revealing of the secrets. The book is now open, and look at all the Epstein secrets spilling out all over the place. And the justice. So this can be about finding out where the justice is, or has there been justice, what is going on. And the Eight of Pentacles is the more researching and looking into. And this is the learning, okay, or education energy there. I can see that you are looking at your future. You're looking at where you go from here. And it's like I'm taking a step up, or I'm doing something in addition to what I've already been doing, but better. You are a perfectionist. And so with that perfectionist energy, you're wanting everything to go perfectly, or you're wanting everything to go just right. Emotionally, there are a few times where you feel tormented by your emotions. You don't want to be rejected, but equally you don't want to reject anybody. There are it's like I'm being pulled in lots of different areas, and that sometimes is painful, it hurts, and I don't know how to handle that. But you're trying to look ahead and be true to yourself as well. They're talking about having a spend up or needing to spend some money. And this is to do with either home improvements or getting ready to move or changes in, location. There seems to be somebody who's feeling tearful or emotional, and needing to get that energy on track. Okay. So it's like a need to, what are they saying? Yeah, it's a need to kind of rebalance yourself. It's a need to forgive yourself if, financially, things aren't seeing eye to eye. But I do see that Spirit are talking about you moving, or they're talking about you changing your home, your location, and there's a way around it and saving you some money. So they are talking about that. You then have this lovely world card. So you've had the sun and the world here in your reading. So you've got the world card, and you've got the worry. Okay, there's a worry energy around the world, but you've also got them. This is the ripe and ready card. So when something is ready or something is overflowing, okay, and ready, linking with the world, this could be kind of like global world energy, and feeling a bit worried about things. Okay. So yeah, it can be kind of struggling with that energy of worry, the world, and what is ripe and ready. So there you go. That's what I get for you. I'm going to go because I'm going to rest my voice. You can hear it's going. But once again, I've had to do this on Zoom because Streamlabs doesn't like me at the moment. It's just not working for me. It just keeps spinning. Okay, so I haven't been able to do it on there for the last couple of weeks. I'll have to ask Greg. I have to ask you, my darling, because this is a recording for him, and see what's going on. Okay, but anyway, I'll get this out to everybody as soon as I can. Take care, and thank you for all your support. Thank you for liking and sharing this video. We appreciate that very, very much. Okay, take care and bye for now.